What happens when a man known for laughter becomes the caretaker of pure evil? Tonight, you'll discover the shocking truth about the world's most haunted doll, Annabelle. In August 2025, the internet exploded with headlines. Not about a scandal, not about a blockbuster movie, but about a stand-up comedian who just made the most terrifying purchase of his life. Matt Rife, a rising star in comedy, known for sold-out shows, viral clips, and witty comebacks, now owns the home and occult museum of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yes, the Warrens, the legendary paranormal investigators whose lives inspired the Conjuring universe. The couple who spent decades confronting entities most of us couldn't even imagine in our darkest nightmares. Inside that house, behind locked doors and glass cases, rests over 750 haunted artifacts, objects tied to tragedy, possession, and death. But one artifact stands above the rest, one that Hollywood turned into a global nightmare: Annabelle. Now, Annabelle has a new guardian, and the question haunting everyone's mind is, why would a comedian choose to protect something so sinister? Before we answer that, let's step back. Who is Annabelle? In the 1970s, two college roommates received a strange gift, a vintage Raggedy Ann doll. At first it seemed innocent, but soon they noticed something impossible. This doll moved. It shifted positions. It changed rooms. And then, it began leaving notes, scribbled messages saying, "Help us" and "Save Lou." When one of the roommate's friends mocked the doll, he woke up with deep scratches across his chest. Terrified, they turned to the Warrens. Their conclusion? This wasn't a doll possessed by a child's spirit. No. This was far worse. A demonic entity was using the doll as a conduit, its purpose, to manipulate and eventually claim a human soul. The Warrens sealed Annabelle in a specially built glass case, inscribed with holy prayers. A sign at the bottom warned, "Positively do not open." From that day forward, the case became a prison, not just for a doll, but for something unspeakable. Fast forward to 2025. Decades after the Warrens' passing, their home and museum remained a site of legend, closed off to the public due to safety concerns. Then came the news. Matt Rife, alongside collaborator Elton Castee, had purchased the property and everything inside. For the next 5 years, they would be responsible for preserving and showcasing the Warren legacy. But this isn't just real estate. This is a deal with history, and perhaps with darkness itself. The world reacted instantly. Fans of The Conjuring called it insane. Paranormal experts called it dangerous. Even skeptics raised eyebrows. Because Annabelle is not just a prop. She has a reputation. Visitors to the museum reported strange scratches, car crashes, and nightmares after mocking her. So what happens when one of comedy's biggest rising stars becomes her keeper? Matt and Elton announced their plans to reopen the museum, offer guided tours, and even overnight investigations. Imagine standing in a dimly lit room, staring into Annabelle's glass prison, knowing that countless people before you swore she was watching them. It's the perfect horror attraction. But here is the twist. The laughter of a comedian now echoes in the same halls that once held exorcisms. It's almost poetic. Humor colliding with horror, light clashing with darkness. But let's not forget, the Warrens themselves always warned, Annabelle is not a toy. She is dangerous, and keeping her safe is not a joke. Why does this matter? Because Annabelle is more than just a doll. She represents a cultural obsession with the unknown. She is the line between what we believe and what we fear. Matt Rife may think he's preserving history, or maybe even having fun with it. But every decision he makes as her guardian will ripple through both his career and possibly his safety. Will comedy protect him from curses? Or will the demon inside the doll laugh last? So picture it. The lights go down in the Warren Museum. A group of visitors stand silently in front of the glass case. The air feels heavy, cold. Behind them, faint laughter echoes down the hallway. The comedian who bought the most haunted doll in America is now responsible for keeping the world safe from what lies inside. But the real nightmare? What if one day he fails? This is American Nightmare, and this was the story of Annabelle's new guardian. If you think comedy and curses don't mix, Think again. Subscribe now for more true horror stories that America doesn't want you to forget. And remember, when you laugh at evil, sometimes evil laughs back.